I dream, and when I dream, and when I dream, and when I dream, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate, and I never wanna make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate, and I never wanna make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness has now come over me.
How is everyone doing today? It is May 7th of 2024 and wanted to put another video up and kind of show you guys our progress as we have entered into May. The video clips I put before this video were about 2 days ago is all, so it's kind of just a show of how quickly our weather can climb and fall. We were expecting to go plant all of our main plants out into the yard this year last weekend, but the weather changed so quickly and stuff like that, we felt like we shouldn't risk it, and pretty good that we didn't. But we're hoping this next weekend to maybe get out some of the plants, some of the tomatoes especially. But I wanted to tell you guys about my yard before we started off on what will be our 10th season in this area. We are in zone 6B of southwestern Utah and about an elevation of 6,000 feet. We do rent, and our yard is rock and cement. So everything we have to do in containers. From this fence right here, this back fence, which is actually north, to this wall with the windows and door right here. So if you come from the windows and the door wall all the way to the backyard, it's only about 26.5 feet. So about 9 yards total from front to back. If you go from this fence to this fence this ways, that would be west to east. That right there would be 15 feet or about 5 yards is all. So one of the biggest things that has actually been repeated on people who have visited my yards multiple times, my yard, is that it looks a lot bigger on camera. So you could stack, I'm about 6 foot tall, so you could stack 3 of me on top of each other and I would be coming past the fence over here. That's how narrow it actually is. It's not really an excuse that we have or a downward thing to say that we don't have a lot of space. It's more of a challenge to us and more of a pride of ours that we are able to fit so many plants in there. What we usually do is on this east wall right here, we'll plant mostly large style tomatoes. On this wall over here, we'll plant a huge variety of peppers, and then everything else that's mixed out and in between and stuff is a lot of herbs and other kind of plant. We're gonna go with some squash and maybe melon this year as well. But just buying our time, hardening the plants off and getting things ready. Super excited to grow this season. Like I was saying, we are on our 10th season here. A lot of the buckets we like to go in 13 to 17 gallon buckets. Got some new containers back here. Everything's got to be done in containers. So we rent, but it actually helps in a lot of ways. The center of our yard has a giant, I'm not sure if it's a California ash, but it's a kind of ash tree. This one's a male, so it produces tons and tons of this pollen stuff that will dump on us about the month of June. And then also it started to overgrow to a way that it blocks out the sun. So the tree to us is like a blessing and a curse, because I'd say 80% curse, 20% blessings all. But in the super hot summer of July, in the mid-zone we can still get up to 100 degrees consistently. It tends to be sorry about that. I had a little bit of dog craziness go on for just a second there, but anyways, yeah, in July it can get really hot, and the tree ends up working well for us because it kind of drowns out the sun quite a bit. But UT, Angel, and Kiddo, we're super excited to grow this season. We've been watching a lot of videos. I know that commenting on your videos and communication, video making for us has been down quite a bit. We're just kind of rolling with the punches and pressing into the new season. Super excited. We're putting in tons and tons of work trying to hold all this stuff together. Some of this stuff is a little bit overgrown, but we have a lot more inside going on right now. This is just some stuff enjoying the sun while it can. We've only had a couple nights in April that we were able to get the plants out. The videos clips that I showed previous to this video, we were able to have the plants out that night before, from the 4th to the 5th. But then the 5th, it was like the low temperature in the morning was 50 and the high temperature for the next day was also 50. So it would be at 50 in that morning and it would drop into a super cold snap. High elevation gardening, that's usually what it means. We get quicker weather patterns. So sometimes it's not necessarily about how cold it gets, it's how quickly it can get cold. So it can drop from like 70 to 40, 70 to 30. You know what I'm saying? Like along those lines. But high altitude gardening, we also have a super high UV index. Our UV index right now is sitting at 9 or 10, which is really high. So sometimes when we get these plants out here, you get them in the direct sun, it's only 60 degrees. The penetration of the sun can be so extreme that it can cause them issues. So we have to pay a lot of attention to making sure we're hardening the plants off, taking them out in the sun, getting them a little bit of good sun, getting them back in the shade, making sure that we keep them all watered. They're drinking so much water that I have to re-water them every day. But just holding it all together until the time comes. So I'm hoping that this weekend is our final launch time. We can start putting these plants in the ground. We might get a little bit of cold snaps after that, but I'm guessing we have enough with the protection of our yard and how small it is and compact and everything to kind of protect everything and move it forward through that cold. So UT Angel and Kiddos, super excited to start the season. Wanted to check in with everybody and say hi. Love you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching.